Good evening, everyone. Welcome back, folks. Today is April 30th, 2023. I'm your host, Samantha, with a new episode of MMTV. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Tonight, Chris is back with a new segment of Drum Studios. Then we have Natalie and myself with Blonde Talk, States by Emmett, and finally a newcomer, Avery, with Berkshire Highlights. Hi, my name is Samantha.
And I'm Natalie.
And this is Blonde Talks. Welcome back to another episode. Today we will be talking about
workout.
Natalie has recently been on her workout grind. I have not, so she's more recent into this. So Nat, why don't you start off? What do you like?
Okay, so basically I used to do a lot of cardio, like Chloe Ting during COVID.
We've all been there.
And I like it, but I also like lifting a lot because it like makes me feel really strong. Like if I hit a PR, I get so excited because I'm like, whoa, fancy. And yeah, but I usually do like a bunch, like I like split my sets between like each day I do a different part to like whatever. I'm so bad at explaining things.
You're so good.
And then I end my workout with usually like a 2-mile run, but unless it's leg day, then that's really scary.
When I used to go to the gym, I used to really like hip thrusts. I thought they were really fun and cool to do, and they always made me feel really good about myself and super strong, though it did kill my hip bones. Anyway, it's definitely not good for you, but it makes me feel strong. So hip thrusts, yeah.
I like leg presses. They work out your quads, and they're kind of like a full leg workout, but they focus on your quads and like some of your glutes, and they're really, really, really good. Like they make me feel strong because I can do it with a lot of weight.
Yeah, me too. That used to be my favorite when I went to the gym. I would always like hit it and feel so good about myself. And like, I don't know, it made me also feel like I was getting a core workout. It probably isn't working on my core, but it felt like it, so that's what matters. Looks like I have greasy hair, but I don't. It's a myth, y'all.
It's a myth.
I don't know what the front pieces are doing today. Anyways. But anyway, this is your sign to get back in the gym. This is my sign to get back in the gym. Yeah.
Guide, for real. We're done.
Okay. Unless you. Anyway, I know this was a shorter episode this week, but we look forward.
We're on a time crunch.
We are on a time crunch today. I love. But we will be back next week, same time, same channel. So this has been your host Samantha.
I'm not your host.
We are hosting this.
Natalie.
This has been your host, Samantha.
And Natalie.
And we will see you next week. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Hello, you have to say have a good night, everyone.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Have a good night, everyone. Wow, it's insane that we are already back from break and I am back from my French trip. I surely missed MMTV, but I absolutely enjoyed immersing myself into the culture through tasting on the local cuisine, visiting nearby cities, and seeing what high school is like in a different country. We are truly so privileged to have these amazing opportunities right available through our school. Now, on the same topic of different countries, let's head over to food from around the world. And then after that, we have Fake It Till You Bake It and this week's lunch menu and weather.
What's your name?
I'm ready.
What do you have for lunch today?
I have some butternut squash, or no, not butternut, sweet potato and carrot soup that Polly made, my sister.
How is it?
It's really good actually.
1 out of 10. How do you like it?
A 9. Yeah.
Whoa! What's your name? What do you have for lunch?
Pork riblet sandwich.
How is it?
Good.
Do you have any fruits or veggies?
No.
Hello, who am I here with today? Caroline. What are you eating?
Fake money.
I have some yogurt that have little cookie dough bites in it from Chobani.
Nice, nice. Would you recommend it?
Definitely, it's really tasty.
What would you rate it out of 10?
I would say about an 8.5.
Sick, okay. Thank you. What's your name?
Leela Bell.
What do you have for lunch today?
Butternut squash soup with
How is it?
delicious. My mom made it.
Would you recommend it?
Yeah, very much.
What's your name?
Butternut squash soup.
What do you have for lunch today?
I got smiley fries.
How are they?
They're pretty good, you know.
Do you have any fruits or veggies?
Not anymore.
Would you recommend this lunch?
No.
Seniors, there is less than 1 month left, which is, first of all, absolutely insane. In preparation for graduation, please keep in mind that you will need to pay off the class dues, which is $100 per student. In addition, be aware of your school mailbox as you will be receiving numerous emails regarding upcoming senior events. Now, let's continue on with Andre as he dives into some of the latest and upcoming music. Then we hand it off to Ashley and Charlie. Then after that, we head on over to Tech Tips.
Who am I here with?
Lindsay Siegel.
Okay, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
Well, I already live in a pretty nice place, so I'd say Berkshire County is somewhere on that list. I don't know. I think I lived in Israel for a while. I might like to go back there at some point. I've heard Thailand is a wonderful place. But I've heard that about lots of places, so I'm really pretty happy where I am. I don't really have a big list of places I want to go.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who are we here with today?
Hi, I'm John Segala. I'm a sub here at Monument, and I work with the theater department. I love you too, Dakota. I do.
Okay. Our question is, where would you want to live and why?
First thing that comes to mind would be a private island. I think the world is a very noisy place. I don't really like watching the news. I keep my head buried in the sand like an ostrich. And yeah, someplace warm, not too warm. Maybe the Philippines. There's like 700 islands at least in the archipelago of the Philippines. And I really like surfing.
That's cool. Thank you. So, where would you want to live and why?
Oh, that's a good question. I love where I live. First of all, I love living in the Berkshires. It's a beautiful place. But I wouldn't mind living in. I would like to see what it's like to live in Italy.
Totally. It's really pretty there. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that would be cool to try that for a while.
Yeah.
I always wanted to live in Hawaii, but
I went to Hawaii too. I love Hawaii.
I think I would get sick of that. It's like,
The dental clinic is coming to Monument. On May 18th, we will have a dental hygienist available for those in need. The appointment will be the equivalent to a 6-month checkup, so this opportunity is only available to those who have not seen a hygienist within the past 6 months. There are about 10 available appointments, so make sure you either fill out the school permission form soon or contact the school nurse, Rhonda Patrick, directly. Next up, we have Digby with places around the Berkshires. Then we end with a superhero review.
Hello, and welcome back to A Simple Guide to the Berkshires. This week, Sheffield. Sheffield is like New Marlborough, but with all of the interesting elements toned down. I feel like I've been there a lot, but I can't say I remember why. According to the Sheffield website, the most popular part of Sheffield is the rich agricultural soil, which, yeah, that checks out. It's a suitably boring thing for this middle-of-nowhere town. But then I remembered why I remember Sheffield so much. It's where Mount Everett is. Mount Everett, our rival school district, and where my brother and sister used to go to school. I remember going into this sprawling maze-like school and thinking, wow, I'm going to go here one day. And then I didn't. And I've gotta say, from what I've heard, it was probably a good choice to go here instead. And don't get me wrong, the elementary school that I went to in New Marlborough, that is technically part of the school district, is a great little school, but as a whole, the school district, from people who go there, isn't great. I'm not interviewing anyone from this town because, they all go to the other school district. Sheffield was, surprise, surprise, also lived in by the Mohican people. In the last 2023 census, Sheffield has a population of 3,025 and is 48.6 square miles. It is named after Sheffield in England. I think Sheffield is New Marlborough without any of the tourism, and whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is up for debate. It's often overshadowed by its school district, which is a problem that Great Barrington doesn't have. I mean, in this review, basically all I did was talk about the school district, and it definitely brings down the rating, but underneath it, there is a genuinely nice town. 6.5 out of 10. Next week, who knows, probably Monterey.
As the weather gets warmer and eating outside seems to be a more favorable option, this is a great time to remember Monuments Building safety and outdoor lunch policies. The document is available for everyone to read through Student or Parent Square. Now, we're going to head over to movie reviews. Then after that, we have TV show reviews, and then we have this week's shoe review.
This Disney film is based around Greek mythology's Hercules. Hercules is the son of the god of thunder and the sky, Zeus. He was taken by Hades, god of the underworld, and forced to live on Earth, half man, half god. When he discovers his mythical heritage, Zeus tells him in order to return to Mount Olympus, he must become a true hero. The movie takes us along as Hercules proves himself and learns more about what he really must do to be heroic.
My favorite character is Hercules, or actually the woman.
My favorite character is Meg, the woman.
Yeah, that's mine too. We rate this movie
7.5 out of 10.
Thank you.
Hercules, I remember watching the movie and he was being super strong. And I remember he had like this girl. She was super like cool. And I thought it was a really good movie, and the scenery, like the vibes just really got me. With like the whole aesthetic was just on point, and the time period, it was perfect.
I've actually never watched Hercules.
Oh, okay, thank you.
A lot to me. He's my role model, my icon, but most of all, a little cancer. He is my father.
He's drippy. He killed a lion. Like, tell me a person who can do that.
Thank you.
Muscular.
Is that all?
I think that he shows extreme power when it comes to characterizing, and I feel like he's a good model.
He's strong, but the villain, Hades, he's way better in every way, shape, and form.
I love the movie Hercules. I think that like the music in it is just so good, and the way that they told the story, even though I don't really think it's that accurate, like the storyline is just so good. You're going.
Thank you.
Okay.
The first pair of shoes for this week is a pair of tan Jordan highs. They have a black Nike symbol. I like them. They can definitely be styled well. I would probably give them a 7.5 out of 10 just because the way they were styled. I bet they could be styled a lot better.
I like these shoes a lot. I think they can go with a lot of things and can look really cool if they're styled well. I'd probably give these an 8.2 because I don't know. I like them a lot, but they're not my favorite. The second pair of shoes for this week is a pair of red, black, and white Dunks. I like these a lot. I think they can be styled really well. I like the black pants they were with. And I'd probably give these a 7.
These are my shoes, so easy 10 out of 10, but I really like them. They're kind of my beaters, but I'd still give them a 10. The next pair of shoes is a pair of all white Converse. I like them. They're okay. If they weren't platformed, maybe they'd be better. I think that's just like making up for a lack of height or something. I'd give them a 5 out of 10.
These are my shoes, so I like them a lot, and I give them a 9.8 only because they're dirty. But they're like my everyday shoes, so that's why they're so dirty. But I love them.
I think it's a lack of height.
And I can wear them with anything.
Lack of height.
The next pair of shoes for this week is a pair of black Air Forces. I think they're okay looking. They could be decent if you style them correctly and wear the correct things. I probably give them a 4.8 out of 10.
I like them. I think they can be styled well. They're kind of basic, but it's okay to have basic shoes. I think 4.8 is a bit low. I'd give them a 6. The last pair of shoes is a pair of black Crocs with black socks. They're kind of old and beat up. I don't like them that much, but they're okay. I'd probably give them a 5 out of 10.
These aren't my favorite, and I think they're pretty boring. And they're just not my favorite, and I give them a 6.
Seniors, some scholarships are still open to applicants, though do not wait as deadlines are quickly approaching. Next up, we have Question of the Week with Andrew. Then, after that, we have this week's automotive review. Then, we dive into this week's version of This or That.
Alright, who am I here with?
Luke Arianti.
Luke Arianti. Where's the coolest place that you have ever been?
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri. Awesome, thank you. Alright, who am I here with?
Owen Wade.
Owen Wade. Where's the coolest place that you have been on Earth?
I would probably have to say the pyramids of Egypt. It was pretty cool.
Nice, nice. What'd you do down in Egypt?
I went inside pyramids. I rode camels near the pyramids. Talked to some Egyptian girls. No, I'm playing. I got a girlfriend.
Alright, thank you. Alright, who am I here with?
Jay Howard.
Jay Howard. Where's the coolest place that you have ever been?
Probably Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's the Panthers' home football field. It's a really awesome place. And special to me,
You go see a game there?
Yeah, a wild card game. It was awesome. Really fun.
Panthers versus who?
Cardinals.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, who am I here with?
Cole Bazillion.
Cole Bazillion. Where is the coolest place that you have ever been?
The coolest place I've ever been is Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. What'd you do down there?
Went to the beach. Went to the beach.
All right. Thank you so much. Alrighty, who am I here with?
Nick Henderson.
Nick Henderson. Where's the most interesting place you have ever been?
I'd have to say my trip to Puerto Rico.
Your trip to Puerto Rico. What'd you do down there?
I did a little bit of cliff jumping, scuba diving, stuff like that. It was a really good time. Met new people, tried new food. Cool
awesome.
Experience.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Alrighty, who am I here with?
Nate Smith.
Nate Smith. Where is the coolest place that you have ever been?
I have to say the great state of Florida.
The great state of Florida. What'd you do down there?
Basically, went down there, went to the beach, but saw a bunch of really cool gators, saw a bunch of just cool animals and a bunch of cool places.
All right, thank you so much.
Monument sports team have recently been hitting the ball out of the park. For all of the final scores, check out Arbiter Live for a complete list. Now, speaking of athletes, next up we have Athlete of the Week. Then, Riley changes things up with national sports, speed drawing,
Who am I here with?
Maya.
What spring sport do you play?
Softball.
You've had your first couple games, and how have they gone for you?
JV, it has been undefeated so far. We've had about 4 games, and varsity's doing decently well also. They have about 6 or 7 wins and I think 2 losses, so softball's going pretty well so far.
How is your team chemistry looking?
We all get along really well. We all cheer for each other. Just a great group of people. We all love hanging out with each other.
What's your biggest strength so far?
I've been doing really well with my pitching. I've gotten a lot of strikeouts recently, so it's going pretty well.
What's your biggest weakness?
I'm not sure. I would say maybe struggling in practices sometimes, with
How will you help improve your weakness by the end of the season?
just keep working hard in practice and doing stuff that I think I need to work on.
Would you encourage others to join your sport?
Yes.
What's your goal for the end of the season?
I've been learning a few new pitches recently, and I'd like to get those down pretty well before the end of the season.
How long have you been playing your sport for?
Probably since I was born.
What influenced you to start playing?
My mom and my dad.
Who is your biggest influence and why?
Probably my dad, because he's always been my coach when I was little, and he's always pushed me to be better because he knows I have a lot of potential with my sport.
Okay, thank you.
you haven't read it yet, check out the most recent edition of Maroon Tribune. There are many good articles available, so why not check it out? Alrighty, next up we have Sam comparing athletes of different eras. Then we have another great restaurant review, and finally, another segment of Dates with Mates.
One of the biggest questions in Major League Baseball sports is who is the greatest baseball player of all time, Babe Ruth or Willie Mays? Nobody changed the sport like Babe Ruth did when he joined the Yankees. He is considered the best slugger the league has ever seen with a batting average of .690. Ruth hit 714 home runs and he had 2,873 hits and 2,214 RBIs. Babe Ruth also put up absurd numbers pitching, with a career ERA of .228. Willie Mays, on the other hand, was the best fielder of all time, winning 12 Gold Glove awards. Mays was the best center fielder of all time and an all-around great player. Mays' speed also let him win the National League and lead the National League in stolen bases for 4 consecutive years. Mays had 3,293 hits, 660 home runs, 1,909 RBIs, and 338 steals. While both players are considered to be two of the best, it is hard not to call Babe Ruth the greatest baseball player of all time. With his play on the field paired with his influence off the field, Ruth is considered one of the best icons in American sports. And Babe Ruth is the best baseball player of all time.
Hey guys, welcome back to Food Reviews with the Dudes. This week, it's just me, and I'm gonna grab some takeout from Marketplace today. We already reviewed Marketplace, but we didn't review their takeout yet. I ordered online with my family, and it was a super easy pickup. You just walk in, look for your name, and it's all right there and ready. When I got home, I met my grandparents at my house for some post-softball game grub. It's my lovely family. I got the salt and pepper fries and the black bean bulgur burger. Rate it a 10 out of 10. Was absolutely everything I needed after my softball game. And the pickle was a plus. Here's my grandpa's cameo of the video. What a guy he is. That's it for this week. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Okay, we are here with Harmony Estrada. Hey guys, we're here with Lily Colsa. Harmony, how many babies do you plan on having in the future?
I don't know, it's a tough question. Right now I don't really like kids, but I don't know if that'll change, so
yeah. Strong, how many babies do you plan on having in the future?
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a difficult question because I do have siblings, and I definitely, if I have kids, I definitely want them to have that same experience. So either none or more than one.
Ooh, fun. Yeah. What is your ideal type?
I don't know. It depends on the person. I guess I don't really have a type.
Very cute. Okay. All right. What is your ideal type?
Someone who is taller than me.
Oh. Do you believe in marriage?
I guess so. I don't really. Sure?
Yes. Height. Okay, do you believe in marriage?
No. I do believe in like the concept of it. I feel like I should phrase that question differently. But I feel like if people like feel that they need to legally bind their relationship, I think that's cool, but I feel like that would not work for me.
Okay. What do you find most repulsive or unappealing about relationships?
Expectations. I don't like them.
Give me a question. Okay. What do you find most repulsive about relationships?
The expectations that come with them.
Same thing. What would you do if your partner had an affair?
Probably cry a little bit.
Yeah. What would you do if your partner had an affair with somebody else?
I would probably want to know why, and then I'd be like, well, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Well, this brings us to the end of this week's edition. We will be back next week, same time, same channel. Thank you for joining us this evening. This has been your host, Samantha. Have a great night, everyone.